This is the story of the soil-less people, the concrete junglers, the people that live in huge urban expansive cities. Unfortunately for them, soil is still in their genetic makeup. Seeking out nature saves them from depression and anxiety. 60% of all humans live in cement jungles. For the first time in decades, this movement from the land to the city has declined. COVID was the breaking point. Being trapped in a city was awful. City life, even now, is getting tougher. Nature is efficiently being replaced by a steady supply of information. Our ancestors are being replaced by fictional characters in many games. Information is replacing the soil under our fingernails. The convenience of city life comes at a huge price. Health issues, even in children. The air is contaminated. 50 people have already consumed the same glass of tap water that you're about to drink. Even your pharmaceutical habits are being donated back into the water supply. Housing prices are simply going through the roof in larger cities. Living in the countryside is the desired trend. Food prices are unreal. It is so expensive. Overcrowding is a big problem. Stop the madness. Search for the other place, on the other side of wherever it may be. Are you running out of time for a possible lifestyle change? Before it is too late. It is bluer and greener on the other side. A new start might be the way for you to improve your life. Perfect weather, perfect prices. People search out new continents and new countries. Others will remain in their hometown for the rest of their lives. Could you survive a new adventure?
Something very interesting is happening in the world, and that is that people don't consider the G5 countries the best place to live anymore. Americans, Germans, Canadians, a lot of these are really rethinking their lives at the moment. You know, wages haven't gone up, everything is getting so expensive. Buying a house is out of the question if you don't own one already. The direction is really going towards the rich, super rich, and the people that basically can't afford very much. A lot of people are rethinking their situation, and they're saying to themselves, well, where can I afford to live? I can't afford to live in these big cities in America or Canada. It's just outrageously expensive. So where do I go? So the idea is South America, you've got the Orient, there's like a lot of different places depending on your taste. I consider there's two types of people. The ones that have very little money to go with them, to take with them, and the ones that have, you know, a decent amount of money. So the problem with these countries that you're immigrating to, there is possibly work, but the pay is horrible. So the best way to live in a cheaper country is to have connections to your country where you can still make a decent living online or however you do it, or importing products. If you go to work in a construction company here, it's $25 a day. It's hard to survive on that. If you work in a store, it probably is even less. Before you leave, consider how you're going to survive in a foreign country. Do you speak the language? Do you know their customs? Do you know, do you have any asset that the locals don't have? There's so many, ways of getting into trouble here. And this getting into trouble is basically you don't show up with enough money, you run out of money, or you live very cheaply to basically get by. So those are the scenarios, and it's definitely worth thinking if you're going to leave your country to go to another country. But you have to plan it well, you have to think it through, You have to say to yourself, can I survive without a lot of money? Can I put materialism behind me? All those things are questions you need to ask. I will tell you right now, a lot of people do go back. They come, they try it out. Maybe they run out of money, maybe they run out of courage, and they do head back. So you have to be very cautious about that, because when you go back, you're starting from zero again, basically, and it makes it even tougher than when you left.